Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with my follow-up impressions and initial review for the OnePlus 7 Pro. So fresh off my heels from the launch event yesterday, I'm super excited with this video and glad I can finally sit down and let you know what I think about it. So what you're seeing here is the Nebula Blue color, and it is absolutely beautiful. Also comes in mirror gray, and comes in other models as well, but primarily here in the United States, the one that I'm going to focus in on is the T-Mobile model because it's going to be in carrier stores starting on, I believe, Friday. And it has the model that's going to be available here is going to be 256 gigabytes of internal storage. It's got a 6.67 inch, or they're calling it 6.7 inch display because of course they round up. And it is just an utterly, completely beautiful display. But 256 gigs of internal storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM. It has a 16 megapixel front-facing camera, which you'll see here in a minute. It pops up. A 90 hertz refresh rate, so you get a smooth. They're saying it's the only, or the first 90 hertz AMOLED display, which it's so smooth. Beautiful display. If you want a phone that has an amazing display, then this is probably going to be the one for you because you're only going to have to spend $699 to get it, which is amazing compared to looking at $899, $999, or $1,000 respectively for the competition. So it has 3 cameras. It has a 48 megapixel primary shooter, an 8 megapixel telephoto lens, 3 times optical zoom. So you get to zoom in up to 3 times. You don't lose anything like with digital zoom. It has an ultra wide lens at 16 megapixels. So it has a full complement of sensors and arrays and cameras, so you can take the perfect picture for any environment. I know there's some concerns about that. I've been seeing and hearing there's some oversaturation. The camera apparently likes to oversaturate things and make them look more beautiful than they are. That's great if you want that. But they did bring up a National Geographic photographer who talked about and showed off the pictures he took in Pro mode, and they look simply amazing. So if you want a point-and-click camera, this may not give you the most accurate results, but it will look good. But the colors come out a little poppy. If you know how to use Pro mode, then you should have no problem at all taking amazing pictures with this phone. So in addition to that, it has a 4,000 milliamp battery to go along with the flagship Snapdragon 855 processor. It's running the Oxygen OS, which is their version of Android 9.0, and it is snappy, it is quick. I absolutely loved it on the OnePlus 6T, and now they made even more improvements, and they claim that it's actually faster than the native Android experience on the Google phones. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I definitely believe it because it was so fast with the OnePlus 6T, and it still is. So back to the display. You got a QuadHD display, 516 pixels per inch. You have a 90 hertz refresh rate, 19.5 by 9 ratio, aspect ratio. You can see on the side they've still got their little mute switch, and then they're calling it the Fluid AMOLED, which I believe is because of the 90 hertz smooth refresh rate that it has. Overall, I really enjoyed it. And one other thing that goes along with the battery, even though it doesn't have wireless charging, it has their Warp Charge, which will give you up to 10 hours of charge time in just a 20-minute top-up, which is simply amazing, especially when you're talking about a 4,000 milliamp battery and a phone of this size. Now, holding the phone, it is very gigantic and is very slick, and I believe it does come with the case, which you'll need because this thing will slip right out of your hands. And I don't have the largest hands in the world, but just, you know, it is a little unwieldy. It's very large, but it has to be for all the things that they threw in there. And there's another look at that Nebula Blue color. It is just so good looking. It's probably one of the most impressive phone colors I've seen. And then we'll go with the camera. So that 16 megapixel front-facing camera, it was really interesting because during the launch event, they showed a demonstration video of them hanging. It was not 50 pounds, it was like 49 point something pound weight from this camera, and then lifting up that weight off the ground, and it was still intact and it still worked and it didn't break. So that was utterly amazing, really. Anyway, so that's all I've got on the OnePlus 7 Pro. I really like it at $699 at T-Mobile for the 8 gig 256 model. I really don't think there's a whole lot else that competes with it. if you want to get something that's not, a Samsung or an Apple. But either way, that's all I've got for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Great phone. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. I'll get back with you. And as always, I'll see you next time.